Look at you guys. So handsome. And for the female, so pretty. It's always a good time when we congregate and get scared together. Now, if you're not familiar with this video, I like to react to some very scary stuff on the internet, and you already know, the world around us is always filled with horror, no matter where you are, from true crime, to mysteries, to analog horror, and I love watching horror creators create stuff. That being said, I'm ready, Blue's ready, you know what we're doing today, more reactions! Alright, y'all know what we gotta start with. Listen. I don't know how many times I need to tell y'all, but realistic horror is just as impactful as any non-realistic horror. That being said, we always gotta react to him because you know he always drops bangers. Nick Crowley. Listen, if you're not familiar with Nick Crowley, I gotta say this every time because I have to pay respect to him and tell him what he does. Listen, he covers a lot of YouTube's darkest videos. A lot of dark mysteries, all that kind of stuff. If you're into that stuff, I recommend you to go over to Nick Crowley's channel, subscribe to him, watch his videos, like all of that. That being said, we're gonna react to YouTube's darkest videos 8. We're gonna react to 2 of these because I don't want to react to the whole video for one, it's long. And 2, I feel like it's a little unfair if I react to everything that the whole video. I'm gonna watch 2 of these. You wanna watch the rest of this video? You go to this channel and watch it then. And watch it there. Get cozy, get yourself a drink. Speaking of. Oh. It's all coming out. Hey, yo, what the fuck? Alright, YouTube's darkest videos 8.
It was 2:46 p.m.
Let me off for a warning now because I know how these videos get. I watched some of his videos. Like I said, be aware that these videos are pretty dark, pretty gruesome, pretty sad. You have been warned. Let's go.
Began to shake.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry if I don't seem like I have a lot of energy today. I'm tired. I'm trying to give y'all a good video, but this is why I'm doing a reaction today. I can just chill out, you know what I'm saying? I can just chill out, watch some videos.
Lock it on.
Earthquake. Oh! Shoot.
For residents of Anagawa, Japan.
Bro, I have never experienced an earthquake, and thank goodness, because that's gotta be freaky. Like, imagine you just chilling at home, then your whole house starts shaking ferociously. That shit's gotta be
Earthquakes
scary.
were nothing new, but this one was
in Japan, you
different.
said? Damn, bro!
It carried with it a violence that none of the locals had ever felt before, and by the time the shaking had stopped, everyone in the city seemed to be
I'm not gonna pause it as much, but I feel like I know where this is going next. You know what happens following earthquake most of the time, especially by Japan, tsunamis will occur. I mean, it's what happens. Tectonic plates
state
shift
of shock.
under the water, the seabed, and it goes, and the waves go. That's what tsunamis are. That's how tsunamis work. Learning with Justin 101.
This was especially true for the nearly 160 Chinese workers and students that had recently moved to the area, with most having never experienced any earthquake, let alone one of this magnitude.
Yeah, sorry.
Of these workers were a tight-knit group of 20 women who had recently been hired as trainees at a company called Sato Susan, a company that sold fresh seafood. And having been at work at the time of the quake, they frantically ran out of the building and stood in the street desperately trying to figure out what to do next, unaware of the fact that the real horrors were still yet to come.
Basically, yeah. I mean, we all know where it's going. It's a tsunami.
In Japan, it's not just the earthquakes you have to worry about.
Wait, hold on. Is this in Japan or China? Oh, wait, hold on. I think he said that these are Chinese workers in Japan. Is that what he said? I think it's Japan.
Tsunamis that often follow, and usually the bigger the earthquake, the bigger the wave.
Yep.
And given that Anagawa was right on the sea and Sato Susan was directly on the shoreline, these women were now standing directly in the path of an impending disaster. Thankfully, their boss, Mitsudo Sato, was well aware of what was to come, and quickly he yelled to the women to seek higher ground. But given their unfamiliarity with the area, Sato knew that he would have to be the one to lead them there. The group readily listened, and they quickly followed Sato as he led them up a set of stairs on a nearby hill, where they eventually reached a shrine that overlooked Anagawa and the sea. It was the highest point in the area, and should keep them safe from what would likely be a massive influx of water. And sure enough, as they neared the top, Sato's fears were already coming true. As the sea had drastically retreated, it was now beginning to push forward.
If you're not
and things
aware,
were only
I'm
going
pretty
to get
sure
worse from
everybody's
here.
aware of this, but if an earthquake occurs, right, and you're at the beach or by the shoreline and the water retreats, like really freaking far back, you gotta hit feet. I'm talking kicking dust type of run, bro.
As once he deemed the altitude safe enough for this group of women, he then turned around and began to walk back down the hill towards the slowly flooding city. The girls yelled at him, asking where he was going, which is when he revealed that down below in his home in Anagawa were his wife and his daughter, who were now directly in the path of this unfolding disaster, and he was going to save them. The girl screamed out to him, begging him not to go, as things had already become incredibly dangerous. But he didn't so much as turn his head as he stepped down onto the street and disappeared from their view.
We are
and it was at
witnessing
this
a
time
hero
that
in
one
action.
of those girls standing high atop the hill began to record.
Oh, be aware. This is gonna get dark. Ooh. Y'all see, bro? Bro, y'all see how Nick Crowley orchestrates his videos, bro? I'm telling you, talent, bro. That's sad.
All my life, family has been...
Sorry, I know it's a sponsorship. I'm not sponsored. So this is the recording of the Chinese. Yeah, she's speaking Chinese, okay. Or Mandarin.
The footage shows that the shoreline was no more, as the water had inundated the entire area as a slope.
Before we get started on the dark stuff, y'all might not know something about me, but I speak a little Chinese myself. Konnichiwa. Nah, I'm only kidding. Ni hao. 我叫 Justin. 你叫什么? Hey! You already know that
They
about me.
crept its way deeper and deeper into the city streets.
I gotta work on pronunciation because I probably messed that whole line up. But all right, back to the depressing stuff. You're witnessing a real hero in action.
The women were understandably in a panic, trying to make sense of this ordeal that they were now given a front row seat to. And as they record, we can hear them desperately calling out for Sato. But at no point do we see him. We just know that he's down there, somewhere.
Bro,
and as the desperation in their pleas increases, so too does the fury of the water.
You gotta back up. Oh, you see the cars being dragged? Oh. See? I'll hold my thoughts at the end. Oh!
They could only watch as Anagawa as they knew it was completely eviscerated.
Bro, they are crying. This is making me tear up. Not because I'm sad, but like it's freaky. Not because it's sad, but I don't feel sad. Like that sounds just real bad. I'm sad for them. But like, you know when you see something freaky, your eyes tear up? I'm not tearing up because I'm sad. I'm tearing up because I'm freaked out, is what I'm trying to say. That sounded real bad. Just please let me explain. If it sounds like I said something real bad and mean or insensitive, please let me explain myself at the end, please.
And by this point,
it ain't me. Ain't me.
They realized that there was now essentially no hope for Sato. It was at this time that the women realized that despite already being at a considerable height, it still might not be enough. And so they ran even higher up the hill, desperately trying to get out of the path of this water.
Yep, you gotta run. Go upwards. Up, up.
And as they did so, they noticed something down below.
What? Oh!
Standing on a rooftop in the middle of this massive tsunami was Mitsudo Sato. The building that he stood on was once a full 2 stories off the ground, but was now just a few inches above the surface of the water. The women again call out to him, this time even more frantically, but at this point, it was no use.
He has nowhere to go.
And when the camera is taken off Sato for just a split second, we can hear just from the women's reaction the exact moment that he swept away. The recording stops shortly after and restarts minutes later, revealing that the streets where the women had been standing just moments before were now fully underwater, and the buildings that once stood around them were now reduced to nothingness. In front of them was a sea of death, and had Mitsuru Sato not led them up that hill, then all of these women would have certainly been a part of it.
Oh my gosh. Did you see that? Bro. That's crazy. Okay, listen, I kind of thought it was going to stop at the building level, but it went higher than that. Oh my gosh. That's sad and freaky.
The date was March 11th, 2011, a day where Japan had been hit by its most devastating earthquake ever, with it ringing in at a magnitude 9.0, which in turn caused the nation's worst ever tsunami, as that day...
Do you see this?
19,759 people would lose their lives.
Oh my god.
With Mitsuru Sato being one of them. But against all odds, his wife and daughter were not part of that death toll, as it's been reported that they were later found alive and unharmed. The devastation that occurred that day is incomprehensible, and all the footage of this disaster could warrant a place in this video, especially the footage of Anagawa, as you can see what it looked like before, during, and after.
That shit's crazy.
But what I found so interesting about this was all throughout this disaster were stories like Sato's, a man who risked his life to save 20 women that he hardly knew, and a man who gave his life trying to save his family, walking directly into the path of the worst natural disaster in modern Japanese history, all in an attempt to save the ones that he loved. And I honestly find it quite beautiful that afterwards, these women adamantly shared his story and made sure that the world forever remembered Mitsuru Sato as the hero that he was. And of those 160 Chinese migrants who worked in the area, it was later reported that not a single one of them perished, which speaks volumes about the people of Anagawa, who so readily put others' lives before their own.
That's heroic actions right there. Oh, that shit is crazy. That was, bro, listen, that was just the first story. We got one more left. We're gonna move on. That is crazy. Bro, I thought when they were recording like the houses, I didn't think it was gonna get high. The water was gonna get higher than that. Bro, did you see the videos? Oh my god!
Georgetown, 2 people found dead inside.
Get on to the next video
so
portion of this, bro.
How the fire started.
This is called The Man in the Garage. That does not sound good at all.
It was just past 5:30 a.m. on the 17th of February 2021 when residents of a small neighborhood in Georgetown, Ontario were woken by the sound of sirens blaring. One man frantically grabbed his cell phone and rushed outside to record the unfolding scene, where he was met with a horrific sight.
Oh, damn.
His neighbor's home was fully engulfed in flames. It must have happened quickly, as by the time rescue workers even arrived on the scene, there was already little hope of saving the house, or any of its occupants.
Oh, crap.
It would take hours before that blaze was finally quelled, revealing the charred devastation inside, as firefighters would find the remains of 56-year-old Christina Rirak and 59-year-old Andrew Rirak within the home's garage. The cause of this fire was initially unknown, but quickly the situation was deemed suspicious when experts determined that the fire had started as a result of some sort of explosion that had happened within the garage where the couple's bodies were found.
What?
This was later confirmed by security footage obtained from a neighbor who lived across the street, capturing the moments when it suddenly ignited around 5:27 a.m. There was clearly something off with this case, and
Bro, okay, they better not say that shit was natural causes, because that shit blew. That shit was set into a blaze. Like, bro, I'm talking like Naruto Sasuke fireball jutsu, bro. Like, all right.
Things only became more sinister following the autopsies of Andrew and Christina, which revealed that they hadn't actually died in that fire, and instead, both of them had been stabbed to death, with Andrew also being badly beaten. This fire wasn't started to kill them. It was started to cover up their murder.
Okay.
And it did a good job of it too, as the scene was now left completely destroyed, with very little evidence being left behind.
This is why, and I'm gonna talk about stuff that maybe YouTube won't approve of, but I'll try to word it around. This is why I'm gonna get a gun permit, bro. And it sounds crazy because, you know, the problem is not the guns in this country. It's the people wielding the guns. The gun on here's I'm gonna try to speak facts. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. The gun is a tool to do that. The gun didn't kill a person. Well, I mean, you can say it did, but in reality, the person killed the person. A gun is just a weapon. It's a tool to do stuff. It's a tool to. In my book, I don't think a gun should be used for anything like offensively. I think a gun should be used defensively, in a situation where you have to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, guns don't kill people, even though technically, obviously, if you get shot, the reason why the person got, killed was because of the bullet. But the real weapon is the person. The person killed the person. The weapon's just a tool to do that. You know what I'm saying? The gun's just a tool to do that. I'm gonna get my gun permit, bro, and because listen, I'm not saying I'm gonna kill an intruder. I'm gonna defend myself. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of a gun, or how I feel a gun should be worked. Never to be just going out hunting people. It should be used as self-defense.
But there was something else investigators thought to check.
A lot of people.
That's security.
But, you gotta say how it is. There's a lot of gun violence in this country because people who obviously shouldn't have a weapon just somehow always gain access to a weapon. I don't know how they do it, but they do. Black market stuff, I guess.
The camera had been facing the garage where all of this carnage seemed to have happened.
If you disagree with what I said, I mean, I'm not gonna fight you on it. Everybody's entitled to how they feel. I mean, if you have thoughts about this, thoughts about what I say, go and leave it in the comments. I'm not gonna attack you. This is how I see it. The gun's a tool. The real killer is the person that shot the gun. That's what I'm trying to say.
So they thought maybe if they looked back far enough, it could at the very least show what had led up to this brutal attack.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The whole place
and so
is
they
blew
rewound
up.
that footage, going back hours and hours, during all of which the garage had remained perfectly still, until they got all the way back to 6:42 of the day prior, February 16th.
Okay. That's them getting in there. Okay. All right. That's them getting into the garage. We're about to see something so freaky, y'all. This is pretty recent, 2021. Not like
the film showed the
but,
moments that the couple had arrived home together inside of Christina's car, which Andrew had been driving that night, as he pulled uneventfully into the garage. This was the last time this couple was seen alive on camera, which on its own is disturbing enough.
Seriously?
But as it turns out, there was something far more unsettling about this footage, as it revealed the fact that Christina and Andrew weren't alone.
What? Oh, you heard the music drop? I'm telling you, Nick Carly knows how to orchestrate his videos. What? What am I looking at here? Oh! There's a person right here! Yo! I'm tearing up. That is freaky! Oh my gosh! Look! That dude said around the corner, he said, and walked right in. He slithered around the corner. That's freaky, y'all. I'm sorry.
The footage showed a tall figure, its features completely shrouded in darkness, almost as if it were a shadow, with this figure lying in wait out of sight on the side of the house, until right after Andrew pulls the car into the garage, when this person slips in behind them. It's impossible to say for sure if the couple noticed this person or not, but it appears that they likely didn't, as they both start to exit the vehicle, to which the figure then ducks down.
Wait, hold on. I'm curious though. So the wife, right? She has to be in the passenger seat, right? So if the dude, I'm assuming, I don't know who's driving. Obviously, it could be swip swap, but if the driver is on drive, the man's driving the car, and the wife, in the passenger seat, why shouldn't she gotten out and be like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like, saw the person? Was she sitting in the back seat?
In an attempt to avoid detection.
Or maybe the dude didn't. I thought they were both in the car. That's on me.
Until the garage door begins to slowly close.
Bro,
Either
that
Christina or
conniving
Andrew would make it out of that garage alive, as just seconds after this footage, they both would be brutally murdered by this unidentified person. The footage
little
is
freak,
terrifying
bro.
and speaks to that innate fear in most of us, the fear of being followed, of being watched, and attacked in the moments where we least expect it.
See?
It's paranoia-inducing, and made even more off-putting by the fact that this clearly seemed to be premeditated. Whoever this
Seriously,
was knew
that
their
dude, that bro was hiding on the side, and when that garage door opened, he slid up in that bit. Bro!
schedule and had been waiting for them to arrive home, in a place where they knew they wouldn't be seen. But by this point, their motivation was as unknown as their identity.
But like,
Following the discovery of this footage,
did they catch
bits and
him?
pieces were released to the press in order to get the public's help in identifying this unknown assailant.
How do you, bro? Look at this. Look at this.
Bits and pieces was as unknown
How
as
do you
their
identify this? We gotta get our camera qualities up because bro, the cops pulled up and said, identify this person. Identify this guy?
Is this nigga serious?
He looks like a mass of darkness. How am I supposed to identify this guy?
identity.
Yo.
Following the discovery of this footage, bits and pieces were released to the press in order to get the public's help in identifying this unknown assailant. It represented a rare instance of a killer being clearly caught on camera right before committing a crime,
freaky,
but that's
bro.
also what made this case so frustrating, as despite the video capturing this person, none of their features were discernible at all.
Exactly. How do you?
Unsurprisingly, the footage didn't bring in any relevant leads, but it at the very least showed investigators that whoever this person was knew the couple, due to its obvious premeditation.
That's right.
Though when looking into both Andrew and Christina, it was clear that neither of them really had any enemies in their life, with the exception of one. Harrison Brown was a 27-year-old employee at a company called Rogue Transportations, of which Christina happened to be the vice president of operations, and during his time there, Harrison was known to be abrasive and combative, with Christina often having to be the one to reprimand him, leading to Harrison resenting her. It isn't clear how police were tipped off about this strained working relationship, but they had somehow grown suspicious enough of Harrison to pay his home a visit, and what they found inside showed that this resentment he had towards Christina had actually morphed into a twisted obsession.
What?
Inside, police found satellite images of the Rear-X home, along with the software
This guy's a freak!
on the man's computer and cell phone that showed that on the 12th of February, he had secretly attached a tracking device to Christina's car, and he had been tracking her movements for days, which is precisely how he knew when she would be arriving home. And as if this revelation wasn't damning enough, they would also find a broken knife in his garage that contained trace amounts of Christina's blood. It was obvious what Harrison had done, and when confronted with this evidence, there was nothing more he could say other than the truth. So he admitted he had grown a hatred for Christina because of the way that she had treated him at work, and he decided that he needed to get his revenge. That's when he purchased this tracking device and began obsessing over her movements, studying them before finding the perfect time and place to strike. And on February 16th, he waited outside the Rear-X home and snuck into their garage before attacking and killing them both. After the assault, Harrison would leave the home, where he began to grow paranoid about being caught, and so he returned to the house the very next morning to start that fire, with the hopes being that the blaze would cover up his tracks. Though thankfully, this didn't work, and after pleading guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of arson,
Get him out of here.
Harrison Brown would be sentenced to life in prison.
Yep, keep him in there for life, bro. People like you shouldn't even be walking around on free at all. Alright, y'all, listen, we're gonna move on from this. If you want to watch the rest of this video, go to Nick Crowley's channel, subscribe to him first of all, like his video, and share his content. You know what I'm saying? Share the content to people who are interested in this stuff. That being said, we're moving on to the next video, but first I gotta go to the bathroom. Quick bathroom break. Alright, y'all, so this next video is more analog horror, and I always thought we don't ever react to enough FNAF analog horror, because y'all know FNAF is the biggest game, or well, it had the biggest impact on YouTube. Every YouTuber was playing that, and the amount of creative work around this franchise is so plentiful. I thought, you know what, let me look up a video, and I found this, top most scary disturbing FNAF VHS tapes. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna watch 2 of these. That being said, I'm ready. Let's watch some FNAF VHS tapes.
Well, hello. This documentation is case 1987. Today's task is a paranormal investigation at Freddy Fazbear's part of the Fazbear Entertainment Group.
Okay.
There has been multiple records by various staff members and customers that felt strangely unnerved and threatened within the presence of the 4-stage animatronics.
Okay.
Which seemed to be quite reasonable. They could have made them at least look...
Look at this freakazoid, Chica. This is a Chica, bro. This is a demon. What kind, bro? How do they design their mascots? Look at this thing. That is not children friendly. Child friendly.
Friendlier.
Exactly.
Especially that one, though.
I can't see it.
Anyways, some people even claim to have saw movement.
I'm not turning my back to these things. I'm sorry.
And hearing childlike noises coming out of these machines. Normal, the company seems to ignore this. But after recent incidents where a guest was injured during one of the stage performances, they hired me and want me to make sure that there is nothing wrong with them. Alright.
Okay, hold on. Did any of them move? I'm telling you, he's gonna look that way, and then he's gonna look back, and they're gonna be different movements. I'm telling you.
That seems to be it. I'm going to build up my setup, then when I get onto the actual investigation, I'll be back in a second. Welcome back. Everything is set up and should be visible on camera. So let's begin with turning the EMF reader and the temperature meter on. So the room temperature is settled at -5.
Hey.
So
bro's on his phasmophobia thing. Hey, listen, if y'all want me to hop on phasmophobia again, let me know.
Currently at the time of this recording, it's the middle of summer. This isn't a cooling room and also doesn't seem to have any air conditioning either. So in conclusion, this could already be an indicator that there might be an entity present here. I'll write this down real quick.
Bro, this dude's gear is about to go crazy. Are any of them moving? Bro, ooh, these are freaky.
Alright, next up, let's see if they react to light. I'll shine it directly at them, one by one. Let's start.
Oh, what is that one? Is that Freddy?
Good. So far, nothing. The bear seems to be in the clear.
Okay.
Alright, next one.
Oh. Yo, these look like the, what's it called? Versions of this. This looks like the, what's that game I played? It was the FNAF fan-made game. Ah. Foxy, get up out of here! Ah!
Now the chicken one.
I thought it was a duck.
Well, still nothing. And last but not least, the fox.
Oh, hold up. You're getting some readings down here, buddy. I'ma just head out at that point. I mean, what is it? Look at it. Look how it's looking at him. Yo, that's some cursed stuff. Bro, let this thing have activated. I'm out of there.
Okay, a bit of movement there.
What the hell do you mean?
Alright, a bit of movement there.
Bro, these things should not be moving.
Nothing special to me though. I'm dealing with things like this on a daily basis.
Cat.
Like this is my job, after all.
No. Keep the light on.
Okay, I just finished noting the last test results. Let's begin with the audio test. I prepared 3 audio tracks for today. These tracks were composed by paranormal experts to specifically attract ghosts and spirits.
These
I'll
audio
start playing
tracks
them now
always
and
be
see if there's any reaction.
These audio tracks always be making the animatronics tweak out, bro. I'm telling you.
Starting track 1.
Okay. Run.
They all seem pretty lifeless to me.
Okay.
So let's go on with track 2.
No. these things.
Okay. Nothing again.
Yo.
Track 3.
It's like rain. Oh, I'm out. Oh, I'm out. I'm gone. Hold on.
Okay. Sudden movement and lights flickering.
The current temperature went up. I'm gone.
I guess I could also mention a loud noise coming from the machine. But they are probably just old and need some oiling.
Huh?
Good.
No,
So now,
no, not good.
This is the last thing I'm going to do today. Trying to make direct vocal contact through the spirit box.
Oh, great.
Hello. Is there anyone in this room with me?
He's gonna be like, yes. Yo, I would be out so quickly.
I'm not here to harm you. I just want to talk and ask a few questions. If you can hear me, please make yourself known. Hello? If you can hear me, please make yourself known. Hello? Hello? Anything you want to tell me, maybe?
Run. That's the
Really? Nobody is in here? Okay, that's it. So sadly, I couldn't establish a direct contact with the spirit.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, I guess I'll pack things up and go on home. Tomorrow
Okay.
I'll bring the results to Mr. Afton.
You should have said that! Hello?
Hello? What are you? Can you Mr. Afton?
Bro, he's speaking enchantment table. I can't understand what he's saying.
I only work for him. Are you the entity haunting this place?
Okay, I heard that one. I understood that.
Answer my questions, and I'll answer yours, okay? Are you the entity haunting this place?
What?
Okay. Anything you want to tell me? I can maybe help you. Can you tell me what you want?
Let's not walk towards me.
I don't think so. No.
Why were you? I would have been like, bro. I would have been like, oh, you're looking for Mr. Afton? Right this way. Yo, I'm not gonna deny that thing. What are you, crazy? I'm like, oh. No.
This tape will show our employees how to collect and restore old items from our...
All right, y'all. This is the second clip. We're gonna watch two of these and we're gonna move on.
Decorations.
Bro, they always know how to make these feel like an actual employee, like
Decorations.
employee. What? He repeated it like 3 times. Like
Things
an
to
actual
keep in
employee
mind.
thing. All right.
1. There could be a chance of a gas leak due to old pipes.
That's a
2.
very serious
Never
problem.
touch the spring Bonnie or Fredbear suit. 3.
I think my version is corrupted. by yourself, though? I get it, you want to explore, but by yourself? No! Okay. It's too quiet, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me fix y'all real quick so you guys can see more of my face. I thought I heard something, y'all. That's the back room. It's unlocked too. I'm out. Hello, what is that? Okay, I can see it clearly on this screen. Alright, so that looks like it's charging up. It's charging up. So we're just not gonna hear like a repulsor ray Iron Man thing charge up. We're just gonna stay there and explore. I'm gone. I'm running. I'm out. What? Wait. Why are you wearing this? What is happening? Bro, I would have been tweaking out. Oh! I guess we know what happened to him, right? Who is that? I can't see. I can only see it like on this side. What? That Springtrap? It is, I think. I'm watching on this because this screen right here, I have two monitors. This screen right here is brighter. It found the camera. It's Raps. Get ready. Time for a jump scare. Huh? Oh! Look at him! Okay. Are we in the POV? Bro, okay, listen. Please don't scare me. Please don't scare me. Please. Please don't scare me. Oh, it's gone. Get ready. Oh, yo, why did that scare me? Yo! Is that it? Alright, y'all, that was it. If you want to watch the rest of this, y'all know who to go to. Check out Not Elijah's. Right? That's how you say Elijah's. I'm not sure if he's the original creator of like the you know, if he's not like the original creator of these little short clips, but nonetheless, subscribe to him. He posted the video. All credit to the people who made this. I'm not sure if he created this or not, but that being said, we're gonna move on to one last video. We're ending the video. All right, y'all. This is called the Somnium Dream Viewer. From what apparently it's about, it's like this technological computer thing that like prints your dreams out or something like that, and it has drawbacks. I thought that sounded interesting. Let's give it a shot. This is by Somnium Dream Viewer. Subscribe to them. I'm gonna do it right now, and let's get right into it. Yo, they always gotta have that nice jazzy music, bro. It's always like a nice little reprieve, and then it goes into the horror. Step 1, the user goes to sleep and has a dream. Okay, I mean, we deducted that one. We're gonna watch two of these because they're short. Wait, what was that? You're not slipping that past us. You thought you were... Yes! Okay. Yo, that was perfect pausing. I timed that right. What is this? It looks like an eye? Okay. Okay. In the morning, the catchy dream images are ready to print. Got it. Example of the dream image by Dreamviewer. Okay. Charles Crawford, 32, dream recorded October 18th, 1982. So we're in the 80s. Okay. Alright. Okay. So you started having a nightmare, it seems like. Okay. Why do my dream viewer photos seem blurry or smeared? Deeper sleep results in clear imagery. If your REM cycles are unstable, your dream viewer images may be affected. Try using supplements and... Okay. Why do my dream viewers photos lack color? Color spectra were protected for the visual cortex and pulses if often not exact. Make sure you're wearing your dream viewer securely throughout the sleep in order to... Okay. Why do I experience nightmares? Some unpleasant dreams are normal. When experiencing a nightmare, it is important to keep in mind that things you witness are not real. It's all in your head. Not, you know? You thought you bossed like that person? Alright, come on. We are trapped with you in your mind, waiting for you to return. So it's like a virus or something. Stop using the dream viewer? Okay. If the nightmares do not stop after you see if you recall dreamers speak okay. Thank you. So some made right. I feel like this thing is gonna okay, this is the second one, but it feels like that the dream viewer is like creating nightmares or creating this entity. That's what I'm guessing, but let's this is the second
If you or a loved one was diagnosed with sleep paralysis, night terrors, waking dream hallucinations, permanent nightmare syndrome, or any nightmare-related disorder, in conjunction with use of the Somnium Dream Viewer or other Somnium Microtechnologies products, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
So obviously this is having some legal issues.
Related disorders in this country in recent years has only worsened.
Yep.
Use of brain-affecting devices produced by Somnium Microtechnologies may have put you at risk of dreams resulting in fear, despair, anxiety, and panic. In rarer cases, use of these devices may also result in more serious symptoms. Don't delay. Call the number on your screen now for a free legal consultation and information packet. We know your dreams are important to you. This corruption of minds will not go unpunished. For those currently affected by these nightmares, we urge you to seek help in the form of dream suppressant medication immediately.
Oh, okay.
Easy Doze. Relief from your worst nightmares.
I feel like that amplifies it. Wait, they followed us. Wait. Bro, that will be... Okay. I guess I was supposed to be dreaming reading that. Bro, alright. I'm gonna end it right here. That seems interesting, though. Obviously, this shit comes with some reproductions. I mean, obviously, bro. I don't even know. That was pretty interesting. We might have to keep checking this out, though. I'm ending right here. I love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Give me a game recommendation. Give me a video recommendation. That being said, I love you. Oh, wait. Poppy Playtime coming back real soon. You trying to see that? Resident Evil about to drop too. Y'all trying to see that? Let me know. I love y'all. Bye.